Welcome back to J.K. McLeod. Today I'm working on a McCulloch Pro Mac 510. Had it for a while. Just waiting for it to turn in the rotation. It's been worked hard. Pretty filthy. It's got a few changes done. Some of the screws aren't correct. Been replaced. I'm not sure if anybody's been in it or how deep. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, and as far as my notes, it says it fires on prime. So, we'll get it open, get to the carb, see if we can get it all nice and clean, remove the front cover, get any dirt and malarkey that's in there. See if we can resurrect this thing. Do is I'll take this cover off, and it removes pretty much the same as the 100 series. And the same thing with the handle. It flips back. I'll get all that off, and we'll start on the other side. Okay, so far, got off the clutch cover. Kind of works like the top handle, 110, 120, one bolt here, one there. Pretty much just a slightly different curve on the handle. And the side here, put the handle off, which is the little mount here. I'm going to clean that up, give it a good inspection. And it goes right through there. So if we can do it right, if my memory serves me right, take off the air breather cover, and then 1, 2, and there should be one on the inside, and this cover should come off. In theory. Let me give that a shot. Yep, just as I suspected. One here. One here. I actually put a Phillips head screw in that one. And there's one down there. I like the top handles. I like to hide them. Okay, let's see if we can budge this. And there we go. Yep, yeah, that gal does need a good cleaning. Yeah, wrong bolt, wrong screws. Let's see if we can access the part numbers. Get this thing in shape. Put the proper bolts back in it. And there's the carb right there. That's a little guide plate right there. And yeah, this gal is filthy. Yeah. Yep. Well, you can tell she oiled. Okay. It should be 1, 2, and that should hopefully get the carb out of there. But I think I have to pull the front cover off because it has the same exact tank as the as the 100 series. It's got a little fitting on the bottom. You have to pull the tank out, and then you'll be able to get the hose and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to pull off the front cover and then see what we get here. And there we go. Got the front cover off. It's got a few pounds of gunk in there. But as you can see, it's got the same tank as the 100 series. Pretty much the same oiler, although I think it goes under a different part number. And it removes pretty much the same way. Just pull straight out. And on the bottom here, just like the 110 series, it should have a little fitting, but I can't even see it in there. I'm not sure exactly where it is. So let's see if we can pull the tank off. Yeah, it came off. Let me see if I can get that tab off there. can see it. I gotta. There we go. Yeah, it came off the fuel line. But you can see this little barb on the end. Yeah, it's the same exact tank. You know, it's like the like they mimicked with the 3200, the 3500, and the 3800 series. And except for the displacement, most of the parts are pretty much exactly the same in the same place. Yeah. Keeps part numbers and costs down to a minimum. There. And yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. And yeah, slide a new fuel line in there. I'll remove the old one. Right here, slide a new fuel line in. Once I get it all cleaned up, get the gunk out of there. You know, slide the hose in, slide the barb in, and then see if I can snake it around without having to pull everything apart. And we shall see. Change of plans. This guy's got so much gunk and sawdust and crap in it. I'm just going to remove the engine from the case. Now hopefully it should be easier than the 100 series. Just like the 100 series, it has that little C-shaped cup that the linkage goes into. The kill switch is right here. It's a little, just push it away, a little tab that sticks out. From what I can tell, 1, 2, and 1 on the bottom, and it should come out. In theory. 1 on the bottom. I'll get that later. And of course, this one here is in bad space. Oh yeah, a little open end. It'd be easy to take it all out in one piece. Give it a good cleaning. As usual, the one good thing about having something so encased in dirt and gunk and grease is that they're generally well preserved. Okay, 3. Let's see what we got. Move that tab. There we go. That's all from there. And there we go. And she's out. Yeah, she's all impacted. I think I'll do that. I'll give it a clean, take the carburetor off, rebuild it, and put it all back together pretty much just how you see it, except a crap load cleaner. Yep, get all that gunk out, then we can resurrect this gal. As I've always said, when you get a saw that's all caked on with grease and oil and gunk and stuff like that, generally everything underneath is pretty well preserved. You know, I mean, you got your work cut ahead of you, but get all the gunk out and get it all nice and clean again. But once you get it all off, everything's pretty much pristine and well preserved. Finish cleaning it. I'll do the top. I'll have to remove that switch. Then you can pretty much submerge the whole thing and blow it out with water afterwards. Okay, I'm taking off the muffler. So you can see the little centerpiece is gone where the screw would go in the screen. And there's a little bit of carbon, generally on the bolts that hold it. Not too bad. And the piston itself, let me see if we can get a good, nice, clear shot here. Let me spin it. Let me see if I can get a light in there. There we go. Squeaky clean. The piston itself. Stop it from blaring. Pretty pristine. Not even minor carbon scoring. And it's got And this gal's got some compression to her. There you go. Now I'm going to change out the muffler. Don't like it. And then there's, I don't know, I guess there's a little carbon in there. And the bottom screw was a little loose, which was allowing some of the exhaust gases to escape. So I'll clean it up. I'll get another muffler. I think the 110, 120, 130, anyone, they all have the same muffler on it. I'll replace that. Let's see if I even have a screen. Safety first. I got it all cleaned up. Good to go. The only problem is, don't have the rebuild kit for that. 330s, 340s, 310s, and the 510. We'll use that same C1 carb. So I don't use it very often. So I got a few on order. So I got a couple more of those to do. And so we get the kit. We'll pick it up from there. Finally got the rebuild kit for the 510. Popped it in, bench tested it. Does okay. I may have to. It has a fixed jet for the high side, and I got it pretty much clean. It flows. It's that little brass piece right there. And the good thing with the 510, it's not like the minis where you have to remove from the case. You can actually get to the carb. So if I have to either replace or modify that little piece, getting the carb off isn't a problem. But we'll see once everything's together, see how well it runs, see if I can see going to be adjusted properly. And I did do a things you need to do, just like the Mini. Pre-do the hose. Make sure that this little tab is faced in the downward position like that. I'll have to turn it around a little bit. Pre-hook your carb linkage. Roll the flywheel around so that the magnet holds it in place so it's not flopping around. And we can massage it back into the case. Spin this around so that it faces downward. And that's what we need. Hopefully it should be a little easier to massage into the case. Okay, and again, like the 110, it has that little channel that the has to go into. Let's see if we can get this in here. Nope, come over. Let's see what we've got. And get it past. Okay, it's getting hung up on the hose. It's not in the right position. Let's move that over. Okay, back here. The spark plug wire is in the right position. That should do it. Let's see, the carb linkage is there, the wire is here. I think we're just about there. Let me see if I can get this. Put some dirt out of there. that with a Q-tip. So you're going to twist this around, get it into the hole. I know you can't see. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm trying to get that fitting down into this notch. There we go. Yeah, for the most part, it's not in there too good, but you can see it's down a little plastic piece right there. It's down, it's in the channel, it's not being pinched. Okay. Linkage is out of the way. Wire is there. So we can get a couple of those screws started. I need to come over just a hair. Yeah, it's not quite back as far as it should. Tell you what I'll do is I'll pop off the spark plug wire so I can get it in the right position. There we go. That's what was doing. Just got to get in the right position first. There we go. Now the holes are lining up. Yeah. And one. And two on the top. Two. And the one closest to the trigger, which is a pain in the butt. Yeah, just gonna get it started. On the bottom, get that a little tighter. Yeah, I see this fitting is going to be a problem. Yeah, the hole is pretty, I don't know if they elongated it or whatever, but it's just not quite fitting there right. We'll have to adjust that when the tank goes on, but essentially it's in straight. Okay, what we have to do now is we have to get the dreaded linkage. The dreaded linkage on, which is right there, linkage, and the little tab for the kill switch. Get the linkage on first. See which one runs which. I may have to switch the order that they're in. And then, yep, release it. And yeah, I think the linkage has to go over. Actually, the linkage goes over the kill wire. So I'll just have to reverse those. Let me get to that. Pick it up after I do that. All right, not as bad as I thought. Get a flashlight. Okay, let's see if we can see that. Come around here. Yeah, that's better. See where the throttle linkage goes into the little plastic. Let me see if I can activate the trigger. Right. goes into that little C-shaped channel, and the linkage has to go above the kill wire. You know, the kill wire is a lot shorter. If you reverse it, it'll start rubbing against the kill wire every time you pull the trigger. Now we're in. Now on this one here, it's supposed to be a operator presence lever. It's supposed to push down before you can activate the trigger. I know I got one somewhere. I've been trying for a couple of days to find it. Well, let me button this up. Okay, also on the tank, I decided to switch out the tank. You can see on here, there's a small crack. I'm not sure if it's all the way through, but I don't want to take any chances. I mean, the way you cure that is to take a soldering iron and go across and remelt the plastic. So since the 110, 120, 130, 140, 160S, 165, 167, they all use the same tank. 510, I believe the Super Pro 40. All use the same tank. I'm just exchanging it for a nicer tank from a 110. Now, as you can see on this tank here, it was rubbing in a couple places. On the front of the motor, there's this little dark spot here where it was running there, rubbing on there. So I'm going to do is a little piece of cork right there, and the same way on the front where it's rubbing here. I'll do the same on the new one. This way it'll stop it from rattling. And we get that all together and see what we get. Here's a tiny little piece, some cork, gasket material, insulate between the front of the engine and the tank so it doesn't rub or transfer heat. And as you can see, tank is in. All you have to do is align the two fittings. One, let me see if I can get that one here for the oiler into the tank. It's a little barb on the bottom. Just kind of push that up a little bit. Make sure that the tube is fully seated inside the tank. And on the bottom, it's probably a little harder to see. Let me make this out of the way. It's right in there where the fitting meets up with the tank. Just a little O-ring, it just slides right on. And just make sure your tab is locked in here. This way it should be in, seated, and pretty much no leaks. And massage this little felt thing in place. Sometimes you gotta get them down, or else the tank and the front cover won't align properly. There we go. Yeah. We're ready for the front cover and the handle. And now that we're mostly together, front cover on, replaced chain brake, the better handle, replace some of the hardware that they improvised on, made a gasket. Okay, just filled it up with fuel and oil, and let's see what we get. Hopefully it's worth the wait. Plugs in. I think I may need to help it out. Check to see if it's oiling. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Found a proper bore for it. It's 250 pitch. New air filter. Replace the tank. A few other odds and ends. A little bit of hardware. I'm still not quite happy with the secondary, with that nozzle. Yeah, I'll run a bit, I'll finish off the tank. I'll run it a bit more. And it still has that initial hesitation. And it comes right back. It doesn't lean out, so I know the valve is working properly. But yeah, we'll find a home. Thanks for watching.